My in-laws brought my replacement to Christmas dinner, but the truth shocked them. Hi everyone. Last Christmas was supposed to be a simple family dinner. My wife and I had been going through a rough few months, and her parents insisted we still come to their house for the holiday. They said Christmas was about family and fixing problems, so we agreed. When we arrived, something immediately felt strange. Her parents were acting unusually cheerful, almost too cheerful, and then I noticed something that made my stomach drop. There was an extra place set at the dinner table, not just an extra chair. A fully prepared seat with a name card, next to my wife. At first I assumed another relative was coming, but when the doorbell rang, my mother-in-law rushed to answer it, with a big smile. And the person who walked in was someone I had never seen before, a well-dressed guy around our age. My father-in-law introduced him like it was completely normal. "This is Mark," he said. "He's a friend of the family," but the way everyone kept glancing between Mark and my wife told a different story. Dinner started awkwardly. Mark kept asking my wife questions about her hobbies, her job, even her favorite movies. It didn't take long to realize what was happening. My in-laws had invited someone they clearly approved of, someone they thought would be a better match. In other words, my replacement. At one point, my mother-in-law even joked about how nice it would be if my wife had married someone more stable. The table went quiet. I looked at my wife, expecting her to be embarrassed. Instead, she calmly put down her fork. Then she stood up. Everyone stopped talking. She looked at her parents first, then at Mark, and finally at me. Then she said something no one expected. "Before anyone else says another word, there's something you should all know." She pulled a small envelope out of her purse and placed it on the table. Inside were documents, legal papers. My father-in-law picked them up and started reading. His face went pale almost instantly, because those papers confirmed something they didn't know. A few weeks earlier, my wife and I had quietly bought a house together. Not just any house. The same lakefront property her parents had tried to buy for years but couldn't afford. And the money that made it possible came from a business investment my wife and I had built together. The same husband they were trying to replace. The room went completely silent. Mark looked uncomfortable. My in-laws suddenly had nothing to say. And for the first time that night, my wife smiled. Sometimes the people who underestimate you end up embarrassing themselves the most.